Hey guys, I'm Steff and welcome back to my beauty stash. Today we're going to be trying out a brand new powder from Mercier. This powder launched about a week ago on the Ulta Beauty website and it is called the Translucent Loose Setting Powder. This is the Light Catcher Translucent Loose Setting Powder, and I got the lightest shade out of the three that they have, and this shade I have here is called Celestial Light. This powder retails for, I believe it's $39. Yes, it's $39, and you get quite a bit of product in here. You get 29 grams of product, so I think that's a lot. Now, I am not a fan of the original, the beloved Mercier Translucent Setting Powder that everybody seems to love. There are multiple shades available in that one. That one never really worked for me. I recently bought this one, and I also bought her under eye setting powder. It's a brightening setting powder. So I've been trying that one out these last couple days, as have I been trying out this one. And I've been really into finishing powders lately. You guys know that even though I am a normal to oily skin type, I still like to have a nice glow going on to my skin. There's a lot of interesting claims with this new light catcher powder that really just caught my attention. So I want to read them to you guys really quick, because this powder really sounds like it's going to be a dream come true for oily skin beauties out there who still want to have a healthy glow. Not an oily type of glow, but a healthy, like lit from within type of glow. So let me just read you the details on this really quick. This says that it's going to last up to 12 hours on the skin while being pore blurring, skin smoothing, and providing no photo flashback. Now, there's a few bullets on here that are a bit redundant, so I'm just gonna kind of sum them up. Basically, what this powder says it's going to do, aside from blurring and smoothing, is that it's going to absorb excess oil immediately and control the appearance of oil all day long. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I apply a finishing powder, I usually just stay clear of my nose because that is the oiliest place on my skin. And I know if you have dry skin, if you're more of a normal skin type, then feel free. Like, you apply your finishing powder everywhere, right? But for me, finishing powders, they provide more of a glow to my skin, so I definitely don't want to add that to my nose because I will get glowy on my nose all on my own. But this powder is intended to set your face while absorbing and controlling oil all day, while being pore blurring, skin smoothing, and giving us that beautiful glow that comes from having healthy skin. It also says it's a customizable formula with effortless application, weightless texture, it melts into the skin for all day comfort, and it says it's going to double the wear time of the foundation. I don't know about you guys, but all of that sounds fantastic, but it also sounds a little too good to be true. Now, I'm really hesitant to apply this to my nose, but that's what you're going to see me do on day one, because this is going to be a 2-day, 10-hour wear test each day. Side note, I am filming this towards the end of the day on day 2. But for day 1, I'm going to be wearing it with the Tarte C Hydroflex Serum Foundation. And I'm going to use this powder as the only powder on my face. I'm going to set my nose, my T-zone, my entire face, minus my eye area, because I am trying out her under eye brightening setting powder. But I'm going to be wearing this powder all over. I am also not going to be wearing highlighter on either day, so we can see what type of a glow this product is going to give my 39-year-old normal to oily skin. Again, I see this more as a finishing powder, not as a setting powder, but it says you can wear it as both. So we're going to try it. We are going to try it. We're going to see how it goes for the next 2 days. I'm a bit skeptical, but You never know. Makeup has been surprising me lately, so we're gonna see if this is gonna be an oily skin beauty's dream come true. I'm really excited about it. I'm really super excited about it. I'm happy to be trying more from the Laura Mercier brand. I do have a couple of her foundations, a couple of her concealers, which I do enjoy very much. It's just her powder. It's her powder that I haven't found the best fit yet for my normal to oily skin. So I'm gonna be swatching this outdoors. It is translucent, but it does have a bit of a tint to it. And again, this is the lightest shade. This shade is called Celestial Light. So I'm gonna be swatching it against the, do I have it here in front of me? This one, the Jaclyn Cosmetics one. This is also a recent buy. This is her Luminous powder in the shade Brighten Up. And this one also has a bit of a tint, so it's really similar. And originally what I was gonna do, I was gonna wear test these against each other, and I did do that, but I'm not necessarily including that footage in this video. I thought, you know what, I want to make this video about this product only, but at the end of the video I will go into a little bit of detail about what I thought wearing these side by side, and I'll even insert a photo, so in case you're wondering, you can see what that looks like. But we're gonna see how this works. I'm excited to see how it's gonna go. So if you guys have been wondering about this new Laura Mercier Light Catcher Translucent Loose Setting Powder, then keep on watching. Alright guys, I already have my foundation, concealer, and under eye setting powder on. Now we are going to dive into this new one from Laura Mercier. Just really quick, the primer I'm using is from Wet n Wild, and this is the Impossible Primer. It's a silicone-free primer. And then I am wearing the new one from Tarte, or their latest one. This is the Tarte C Hydra-Flex Serum Foundation, and I use the shade 14S. And then for concealer, I went in with the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, and I used the shade 10N Fair in this one. So now let's go in with this translucent loose setting powder. This is the Light Catcher. And again, I am using the lightest shade, which is called Celestial Light. Now, there is a little bit of a tint to this powder, as you can see here in the cap. And this powder definitely has a lot of claims, as I just told you guys. Usually these types of like finishing powders, I use them when I'm finished with my makeup. At least when I'm finished with my bronzer, blush, and highlight, then I'll buff a finishing powder all over just to bring everything together. And that also helps to maybe lighten the blush or the bronzer, the highlighter, anything that I might have gone in with a little too heavy-handed. But I was really shocked with the claims on this. It says it's going to absorb excess oil and keep us shine-free all day. So here on my T-zone, especially my nose, that is the oiliest part of my face, not necessarily on the perimeter. I'm pretty normal on the perimeter of my face. It's just my T-zone, especially my nose, that I'm really concerned about, and I'm anxious to see how this is gonna go. So I'm gonna start buffing on the perimeters first. And then I think I'm gonna do maybe a damp beauty sponge for like the nose and T-zone area. I do plan on doing the rest of my makeup, and I'm probably gonna be adding a little bit more of this once I finish everything up. So I can definitely see the luminosity already. I just feel like this powder is, I'm hoping that it's going to be like magic in a bottle, because I know a lot of you out there, I cannot be the only normal to oily skin girl out there that wants to have a nice healthy glow, but still be shine free like on my nose and my T-zone. So I'm hoping this powder is going to be the answer to all of our prayers. Okay, so far it looks good. I am gonna get my damp beauty sponge and I'm just gonna press this powder into my nose. So this also says it's going to be pore blurring, which I need that. I have large pores like on my nose and into this area right here. Not so much on my forehead, but maybe like mainly like right in this area too. I used to have acne growing up, like really bad acne. Okay, so this looks really nice. I don't see that it's messed with the foundation or the concealer or anything like that. And I definitely think it gave my skin that beautiful, healthy glow that I'm always looking for. I don't feel like it's too much of a glow. I'm concerned for my T-zone because normally I wouldn't put this type of powder on my nose specifically. I would use just, you know, a regular translucent loose setting powder or something more mattifying, especially just on my nose. And then I do like the finishing powder to the rest of my face. So I'm gonna be really, really interested to see how this is going to wear these next 10 hours. I am fixing to go get my nails done, so I will have to wear a mask for that time. So I'm hoping that it doesn't rub off too much, especially since the nose is the area I'm most concerned about with today's wear test. But I think everything else looks really good. So I'm gonna finish up part of my makeup and then I will pop back on to show you guys what everything is looking like. Alright guys, so this is how my skin is looking after applying bronzer and blush only. I chose not to do highlighter today just because I feel like I have this gorgeous glow and I don't really need highlighter. I mean, this looks pretty good. This is exactly how I want my skin to look. Again, I'm just really concerned with my nose, but we'll see how this is going to hold up for the next 10 hours. But so far, so good. Really quick, the blush I used is this one from Hello Kitty and ColourPop. This is the shade Island Time. Too cute, this collection, way too cute. And then the bronzer that I used is from Milani, and this is the Sun-Kissed Silky Matte Bronzer, and I have the shade 2. So I'm gonna get ready and head out to the nail salon, and then I will be back in about 5 hours to give you guys the first check-in of the day, trying out this new Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder Light Catcher in the shade Celestial Light. Hey guys, I wanted to quickly show you what this is looking like here in natural lighting. I'm in my car and I have the sunroof open, but this powder has been on for about 3 hours now, and I'm really glowy. I'm really glowy. Not too sure that I'm liking it on my nose. I think for me that I get especially oily on my nose, I don't know, but nothing rubbed off. I was wearing my mask for about an hour and a half, and I still have a couple more errands to run before I do my 5-hour check-in, but just wanted to show you what this is looking like out here in natural lighting. Alright guys, it's been 5 hours of me trying out this new setting powder from Laura Mercier, and I just took a look in my mirror, my 8x, 10x magnification mirror, and I'm definitely oily. I'm definitely oily right here along my nose. I feel like the makeup is also starting to get a little bit cakey in through here, and you know, I'm definitely glowy. I'm definitely glowy. I don't mind this powder on the perimeter of my face, but like I suspected, it's not going to be something I can necessarily use in my T-zone. And I'm finding that out today. It's making me look oily a lot sooner than when I typically get oily. So,
I was really hoping that with all the claims that this powder has of it absorbing excess oil and preventing oil from coming through and being shine free all day, I am not experiencing that, at least not on my nose, and that is the oiliest part of my face. So I don't know how we're gonna look at the 10-hour mark, but I'm wearing it for 10 hours today. Quick side note, and I think I'm going to discard the Tarte Creaseless Concealer after this video because I've been noticing that concealer has not been working for me. Today I am wear testing it alongside two different under eye setting powders. I have the Laura Mercier on this side and the Jaclyn Cosmetics one on this side, and my under eye areas look terrible. Like, this concealer says it's supposed to be crease proof, and yeah, it's not that. At least for me, it's not that at all. I wore both of these setting powders or under eye setting powders yesterday with the Dior Forever Skin Correct, and they both looked pretty smooth, pretty flawless for almost all day. And at the 5-hour mark, I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, oh my goodness, like, I was out in public like that. I just, wow, like, it really was creasing really bad. I've kind of like patted it out, but like, it was making me look older than what I am. So yeah, I think I'm really going to be discarding that concealer after this one. Let me know if you've tried that concealer and what your experience has been with that Tarte Creaseless Concealer, because on me, it always seems to crease. I have better luck with the original Shape Tape and the new Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. So I'll be back in 5 hours with this Laura Mercier new Luminous, it's not even Luminous, Celestial. Oh, guys, I always forget the name of this. The new Laura Mercier setting powder. I'll be back in 5 hours. All right, guys, we've come to the end of this day 1 10-hour wear test with this new translucent loose setting powder, the Light Catcher loose setting powder from Laura Mercier, and I'm wearing the lightest shade. Guys, look at my under eye area. Oh my god, I look like I've aged 20 years, and that is because I am wearing that Tarte concealer. Like, this is going in the trash immediately after I finish this video. I don't even know what to say right now about my under eye area. Like, it looks so bad. So bad. Okay, that is a different conversation for a different day. Let's get to the powder. Again, I'm wearing this with the Tarte C Hydroflex Serum Foundation. I think it is a more, I don't want to say full-on dewy, but it's more of a natural finish foundation. And this is the only setting powder that I'm wearing, and I applied this all over my face. I think that was a mistake, and I kind of figured that going in, but it did say that it was going to absorb excess oil. So I thought, well, okay, we need to try that. We need to test that out. And primarily, I am oily in my T-zone, especially my nose, and I like a healthy glow. I like a dewy glow. I like luminosity, but this is just too much for me. This is too much for me. I also felt after a few hours, it was just too much all at once. And yeah, like, it made my nose oilier quicker. So I'm going to try tomorrow wearing this with a more matte foundation, and I'm not going to apply this on my nose. I might sweep it across like the center of my forehead just because I'm going to be doing the perimeter of my face. But I'm definitely not going to touch that powder to my nose. I think that my T-zone definitely needs to be set with a mattifying powder or my traditional loose setting powder, and then add this product as the finishing powder, as I'm planning to use it going forward to the perimeter of my face. And keep in mind, guys, I didn't apply any highlighter. There is no highlighter on my face today. And wow, like I'm glowing, like you can see me from outer space. So I'm not giving up on it. I do like the product. I like the product, but I don't think it's doing what it claims to do. And I am a normal to oily skin type. I'm not even a full-on oily skin type. And I was looking in the ingredients list of this powder, and I was trying to see if it had like denatured alcohol in it or anything like that. But it didn't have anything, because I was thinking, well, that might help to absorb the excess oil if it has an alcohol product in it, but it doesn't. So the first ingredient is talc. I don't know, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this day one, but we're going to try it again for another day. We're going to see how it goes with a different foundation, a much better concealer. Like this is, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But I will check back in with you tomorrow. It'll be a few seconds for you guys, and we'll see how this new Laura Mercier Light Catcher powder is going to wear. Hey guys, this is day 2 of me wear testing this new Light Catcher translucent setting powder from Laura Mercier. I've already done my base makeup. What I went in with is the Fenty Pro Filter Primer. And then for foundation and concealer, I'm actually using 2 from Laura Mercier. For foundation, I'm using the Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. This is more of a mattifying foundation, and I have the shade 1W1 Ivory in this one. And then I'm wearing one of my favorite concealers, which is also from Laura Mercier, and this is her Flawless Fusion Concealer, and I use the shade also 1N in this one. For the under eye area, I did set it with a separate powder, also from Laura Mercier, and this is her Secret Brightening Powder for Under Eyes, and it's in the shade 1. I am liking it a lot better today with this concealer. Yesterday with that Tarte concealer, oh my goodness, I still can't get over that. And then to set my T-zone, I went in with the Too Faced Peach Perfect Setting Powder. This is one of my favorite setting powders, and it does a good job of helping me control the oils, especially on my nose. And then before I went in with the Light Catcher powder, I did a little bit of e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, and I also used the Putty Blush. No highlighter today, and then I went in with the Light Catcher powder all over my face, with the exception of my nose and my under eye area. And this is how we're looking. I like the way my skin looks. I will say that adding this powder definitely reduces the intensity of the bronzer and the blush. So I did go back in ever so lightly with my blush brush to add a little bit more color back to the cheeks. But so far, everything is looking really, really good. I did set my face with the Urban Decay All-Nighter, and I am fixing to go have lunch, go run some errands, and I will be back in about 5 hours to give you guys the midday check-in of this day 2 wear test of the new Light Catcher powder from Laura Mercier, so stay tuned. Hey guys, this is the 5-hour check-in on day 2 of me trying out this Light Catcher powder. And I just got back from having lunch and running a bunch of errands. And I think my face is looking pretty good as far as oil control and as far as having a nice glow. This is what I was expecting it to do. This is what I was expecting it to look like. However, I didn't use this on my nose, and today it looks so much better. Like, I'm not oily right now at all on my nose. I definitely can see the glow up here at the high points of my face, and today I did focus this primarily on the perimeter of my face, but I did kind of just swirl it like all over my forehead. But I think it looks great. My makeup looks good. Nothing is creasing or cracking or fading or anything like that. Very pleased with the way it is looking today. It is not as luminous as it was yesterday and even the day before when I tried it. I think if you're one to wear more matte foundations, then I think you're really going to appreciate what this powder can do as far as giving you a nice glow. But it has 5 more hours to go, and I will be back at the end of the day to give you my final thoughts. Alright guys, we've come to the end of this 2-day, 10-hour wear test of this new Laura Mercier Light Catcher Translucent Loose Setting Powder. And let me share with you my thoughts, my experience using this powder, because I have worn this powder for the last 3 days. But on day one is where I wore it as a traditional loose setting powder, where I used it to set my entire face. Did not like that wear. That was way too glowy for me, especially on my nose, and especially with that Tartsy serum foundation. That was just way too much all at once. I got oily so quick, much sooner than I typically do. So I was thinking that, and going by, you know, the description that it has on the Ulta Beauty website, that this is going to be a powder that you can use that way. It's exactly what it says on the container here. It says it's a translucent loose setting powder, and it says you can use it with their powder puff, you can use it with a makeup sponge, or you can use it with a brush. So I tried it both ways. I was kind of skeptical, and I was right. My suspicions were correct. This is definitely not something that, if you have oily skin, like if you're a normal to oily skin type like me, or full on oily, I don't think you're gonna like this. And that's unfortunate, because it does say it's going to absorb excess oil, and it's gonna stop excess oil from coming through. So I don't think it did that at all. As far as it being skin smoothing and pore blurring, to an extent, but then you have to remember, this is a kind of like I don't want to say it's a highlighter, but it is a finishing powder that's going to provide a glow. And typically things that are going to provide like a shimmer, a highlight, they tend to accentuate texture. They tend to accentuate pores. Now, I don't feel that this accentuated too much texture. I don't feel like it... Well, kind of on day one. I think it really accentuated my pores on day one. But I think if you're going to use this powder and you have a similar skin type to mine, or full on oily, I think your best bet is going to be setting it first. Set your base first with your preferred translucent, loose, or pressed setting powder. Whatever works for you. And then use this as a traditional setting powder. Stay clear of your nose. I think you can very well use this in place of highlighter altogether. I haven't worn highlighter these last 2 days, and I feel like I have a nice, healthy glow to my skin. Like, I'm okay not having highlighter because this is taking its place. But I like the effect that it gives to the rest of my skin. Am I going to use it to set my nose? Absolutely not. Am I going to use it to set my T-zone? No, but I will lightly dust it all over my forehead once I have finished all of my makeup. And that is how... that's how I thought I was going to use this. You know, that's how I had planned to use this. I didn't think it was going to work to set my T-zone. I didn't think it was going to keep oil away, and I was right. It doesn't. At least for me, it didn't do that at all. I liked it much better today than I did yesterday. So just know that going forward, if you have similar skin to mine, use this as a finishing powder and just stay clear. Stay clear of your nose. Don't use it to set your nose at all. Now, I did tell you guys that I had initially worn this alongside the Jaclyn Cosmetics Luminous powder in the shade Brighten Up. And I'm going to insert a photo of that here. Now, with that wear test, I did a 10-hour wear test, and I did my full face of makeup. I even applied highlighter. I did not apply either powder to my nose, and I thought they both looked the same. So the Jaclyn Cosmetics one retails for $32, but you don't get as much product. In here, you only get, 10 grams of product versus $39 for the Laura Mercier, and you get 29 grams of product. There are 3 shades in this one, and there are 5 shades in the Jaclyn. So it'll be up to you, your preference.
These are super similar though. I don't feel you need both. So if you already have the Jaclyn one, then you definitely don't need the Laura Mercier. Now in the swatch portion of today's video, I also swatched it alongside these two powders. This is the Dior Backstage Powder No Powder. I think if you're full on oily, you want to go with this one. This one doesn't have any shimmer to it. This is just going to be a finishing powder that is just going to help kind of provide a slight, I don't even want to say luminosity, I don't even want to use the word glow, but a finished airbrushed look to the skin. So if you are full on oily, I recommend checking this powder out. And I use the shade 1N as I typically do in all Dior foundations and concealers. I've been enjoying it. It's not my all-time favorite because I like a glow and this doesn't give me a glow, but it's a really good option for a finishing powder if you have full on oily skin. Highly recommend checking this one out. And then I also swatched it alongside the Hourglass Ambient Infinity Powder. This powder only comes in one shade, and unfortunately, I don't feel like it's going to be flattering on anybody with a skin tone over medium. So if you are of a deeper skin tone, from what I've seen in reviews and watched other people's reviews of this product, it looks ashy on them. It's not going to work. On somebody like me with a fair to light skin tone, this is really a pretty powder. I hate to love it just because, you know, not a lot of people can wear it. So I don't always promote it so much here on my channel, but I do wear this off camera and it really is pretty, but it's really pricey as well. I believe this powder retails for about 50 bucks or $54. And how many grams? You get 9.5 grams of product. So that is less than the other products that I showed you. How much is the Dior? The Dior you get 11 grams. So yeah, the Hourglass is the most expensive and you get the least amount of product for that. But definitely if you're full on oily, go with the Dior. If you're of a normal skin type or a dry skin type, then I think any of the other three powders, specifically the Laura Mercier, I think you're going to find that it's going to work well for you. If you don't want to have a glow all over your face, it does recommend just applying it to the high points of your face so you can use it as you would a traditional highlighter. Apply it to your cheekbones, maybe a little bit around the temples, up here above the brow, tip of the nose, wherever you traditionally apply highlighter. But it's a good product. I think I like this better than I did her traditional loose setting powder. That one, like I said, just didn't work for me. It kind of looked cakey on my skin. So I had a travel size and I never bought the full size. I have been enjoying her under eye brightening setting powder. I'm still trying it out. I'll update you guys a little bit later on that, but I'm happy to welcome this into my stash. Like I told you guys earlier, I do like Laura Mercier base products. I have a couple foundations that I really do enjoy, and I have two concealers that I absolutely love. So I'm happy to have this. We'll most definitely continue to use it, and I hope that you guys found this 2-day wear test, this review helpful. In case you were wondering about it, I don't know if anybody has really been doing reviews on it. I haven't seen any of the people that I subscribe to review this, so let me know your thoughts. This did come out about a week ago on the Ulta Beauty website, and to my knowledge, Ulta is the only place right now where you can find this, so that is where I will have it linked to, and I will also link these other powders as well in case you are interested in checking any of them out. Side note, I am wearing the Too Faced Peach Perfect Setting Powder. This is a dream come true for oily skin. So if you've never tried this one, I would pick it up because I don't know how much longer this is going to be around either. I thought they were discontinuing this line. I know the foundation got discontinued, but I know they still have the powder in stock. So I'm hoping that this stays around. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Sound off below. I want to thank you all so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink that water, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.